with Marco and Brian today. They're letting me roll with them. We're going to go out and pick up somebody who I think is got charges of human trafficking. We earlier had an op that swept up somebody who was wanted for murder. So appreciate the good work that they do every day, and we appreciate them working to make America safe.
I understand that DHS Secretary Kristi Noem likes to cosplay. I totally get it. Costumes can be fun. Usually I like to see it at like a hipster party, not when it comes to our federal government, and not in a situation when DHS Secretary is holding a gun and pointing the barrel at an agent's head. But I'm happy to report, John, that I'm not the only one who was really worried and disturbed when seeing the placement of said barrel. So I'm gonna get to what others have said in just a moment, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, every one of these little stunts, like initially it annoys me. It's the fetishizing of the deportations, of her wanting to get literally 100 officers together and load them into an 8.5-ton Bearcat to get 3 migrants, and to bring Chaya Raichik along with you to like live blog the entire thing. It's gross. It's just really, really gross. But also, like when you see how like she seemingly is just going from one cosplay photo op to another. She does it down in Venezuela. She does it here. She's flying a plane. She's doing all that. There's literally no time between it. I don't think she has an office in the DHS headquarters. And so while it's awful on one level, it also shows she's not really the head of DHS. She's like how they treated Captain America when he was first turned into Captain America and they just put him on stage and he did shows or whatever. Like she's a mascot for DHS. It shows they have no faith in her. So they just give her little trips to take or whatever. And then the serious people are doing the actual work. And that's probably for the best because she's not really that qualified for the photo ops. She needs to learn some trigger discipline. But she's no more qualified to do the actual work. And so at least this really important, very large federal bureaucracy isn't actually relying on her work.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good assumption because you're right. I mean, we see a lot of performative stunts from Kristi Noem, a lot of irresponsible stuff as well, including pointing the barrel of a weapon at an ICE agent's head. Now, and look, the other thing I'll say is for all of the Second Amendment advocates out there, those who are proponents of looser gun regulations, come get your girl, okay? Because she's actually doing a lot of damage to folks who want to protect the Second Amendment by being as irresponsible with that firearm as she is. So look, she joined these ICE agents and other law enforcement in Arizona to, as she claimed, arrest, this is her statement, her quote verbatim, arrest dirtbags and get them off our streets. But as you can see, she was pointing the weapon directly at one of the officers' heads. And that actually does break one of the most obvious and I would venture to say critical, important rules when it comes to gun safety. So Washington Post military reporter Alex Horton replied to that video and here's what he had to say about it. Noem is pointing the M4 muzzle at an agent with an open dust cover indicating a chambered round. It's the worst possible place to point it. No one stopped her, including the agent to her left, who should know better, but also had bad muzzle discipline. I mean, that agent's in a tough spot. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna tell DHS secretary, like, don't do that, and you're gonna correct her. We know how some in the Trump administration react to being corrected. So
yeah.
But I don't know, if I had a barrel of a weapon pointing to my head, I don't care about anyone's feelings. I'm going to tell her to not do that. But that didn't happen in this case. Unsurprisingly, she got relentlessly trolled online. I'm gonna get to that trolling in a minute. Did you want to jump in, John?
Yeah, look, I've never used an M4 or whatever, so I don't know how likely the dust cover being open means there's a chambered round. My assumption would be that in the same way that they're just putting her in different outfits, like she's on Dora the Explorer, Bob the Builder, or whatever, and she's sitting behind vehicles she's not qualified to drive, so they just let her like hold the. I don't think they're putting bullets in a gun that they give her. I mean, as far as I know, there's no dogs around, so we don't have to worry about her randomly spraying to try to kill something. But still, I don't think they'd want her holding a loaded weapon.
Yeah, so Democratic New Mexico Senator Martin Heinrich wrote, Kristi Noem preparing to break down the door of your local pet shelter. And then Senator Ruben Gallego, a former Marine, says, close your ejection port. If you have no rounds in the chamber, why do you have a magazine inserted? If you have rounds in the chamber or in the magazine, why are you flagging the guy next to you? Stop deporting people without due process. Things I can definitely agree with. Now, I'm gonna fast forward to her playing dress up because I didn't realize until today that she really does love costumes. Like she loves the cosplaying. So in just the few past months, she's put on full military fatigues. Let's take a look. Okay, having fun. There she is. She loves it. She loves it. Pretended to be a firefighter in Alaska. She is, okay. And donned Border Patrol and ICE uniforms complete with a bulletproof vest, like as if she's gonna put herself in like a dangerous situation and might get shot. No, she likes to play dress up, likes to play make believe. In ads, she may go ahead. Go ahead.
And like you show some of them, it's when she's like on a mission or whatever, like I'm in the streets. But she also like went to New York and she put on one of those you saw, and she did an interview in the Fox News studio. It's like you literally brought a costume into a studio. You're such a joke.
Isn't it considered a crime to pose as like a member of the military when you're not?
I don't know. I would assume that if I was a member of the military, I would be deeply offended by it. It's a strange joke.
So in ads she made while governor of South Dakota, she dressed up as an electrician, a welder, a dentist, and a nurse. I'm really curious if she has a closet dedicated for these like cosplaying, costumes. It's kind of incredible. And yeah, there you have it. There you have it. That's Kristi Noem.
Our government is a joke.
At the moment being, yes.
But by the way, what I love about this is she's like the one person in the cabinet that wasn't chosen who was like a TV personality, and she's the one acting most like a person who's just supposed to be in front of a camera.
Yeah, maybe she just knows what Trump likes.
Yeah,
he likes the people who look like they're out of central casting. He likes the cosplaying. He likes the performative nature of some of these politicians, and she loves to perform. So there you have it. Kristi Noem performing, sometimes in a potentially deadly way, sometimes in a fun cosplaying way that could be against the law if you wore the same military fatigues. So there you have it.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.